Welcome to W Production, hosted by William K. My fault. We got Hidden Julez here. Big shout out to Scorpion Temp World. Big shout out to Cookie for all this. It's the only reason why we can do this. Big shout out to Hidden Julez for coming out. All right, so what you got going on, Hidden Julez?
So I'm a singer and rapper from Brooklyn, New York. I live in Florida right now. But yeah, definitely gonna have a lot coming out with the music.
Why'd you decide to move to Florida?
Well, I have kids, so I wanted a better life for them. But when I first moved out to Florida, I wasn't even thinking about my music career.
Is it hard being a artist and a parent at the same time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, out of all the glam and clothes and all the camera behind all of that, I'm still a normal person, so you know, with kids you get stressed out. So
with all this, I'm not gonna say stress because kids are a blessing. With all this stuff going on, right? Everything inside your head, you got multiple people you gotta make sure you're there for.
Yeah.
How do you find time to make art? Like, how do you find like your space and your time?
Well, me and my ex-husband, we work together a lot. Like, we're not together, but he's a great father. So when we decided to when we decided to part our ways, we said we both got kids together. You get them half the week, I get them half the week. You could work, okay. I could work. You know, right. So it works out like that.
All right. Do you got any like music out that talks about like what was going on, or like what you're going through, or like the pain of having to be a parent?
I mean,
an artist at the same time, like
my very first song that came out last year in July was Last Cry. That song pretty much, it broke through to a lot of people, even family members, because they didn't even know that I can sing. So that song pretty much tells my life story behind a relationship for so long and wanting to have a career and being held back because of something like a relationship you wanted to respect. You know what I mean?
Okay, where has your music career taken you?
Well, I met a lot of people in the music within the past year, and pretty much it's taken me to levels that I didn't expect. I didn't think in the first year I was going to travel outside of the United States, you know, and start meeting famous people and getting close and personal to them, you know.
Do you think that gave you like a different perspective of life when you started like traveling out of states and stuff like that for your music career?
Yeah, it did, because it made me realize like, wow, I wasted so much time trying to please somebody who didn't even want to please himself, you know. And there was a lot of insecurities with him, I guess, that got pushed onto me, and it's like I wanted out, but I felt bad, you know. And I was just thinking about my kids. How my kids feel. Is
there a song that I can personally listen to be able to feel what you're talking about?
Last Cry.
Last Cry.
Yeah.
Any other songs?
No, after that I kind of came out of my shell. I just started like, you know, like, let's get this going. All right, we got that over with. Now let's show them what it's about.
All right, where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
All right. So tell me some stuff about Brooklyn, New York. Like, what helped you get into music in Brooklyn? What showed the signs of, oh, I should start working on music once you came down to Florida?
Ever since I was little, I always had a camera in my face. Always. You remember when the cameras that you like, you know? I always had that, you know. For my 5th grade graduation, my mom was like, anything you want, what would you want for your graduation? I was like, I want a camcorder. You know, big things. Back then you had to put the little tape in it and stuff.
Okay.
So she got me one of those, and I used to sing in front, put it like on the table and just record myself singing. Sad part is that we had a flood in our house and all of that got destroyed, so I have like no memories of it.
Who's some inspirations that you listen to be able to like come up with music yourself? So like, who did you listen to growing up that made a big impact on you now?
I mean, honestly, it's not who really inspired me. It's just like, it was stuff that I seen on TV, like The Wizard of Oz and stuff like that. All these movies.
So imagination itself inspired you. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So it's just like, oh, I want to be like that. Like, I want to be like this. And it kind of like, it gave me. It was tough though, because my parents didn't really pay attention to it as much as I wanted them to.
Yeah.
You know, and as much as like when I was in the 5th grade, I don't think I'll ever forget this. But there was an audition for The Wizard of Oz. And that was like my favorite movie when I was a kid. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try out to be Dorothy. So I'm just, I tried out. They was like, oh, her voice is amazing. We got to get her in. So me being little, I'm all excited. Like, yes, I'm going to be Dorothy. And so they had us all sit down on the chairs or whatever. And the two teachers were sitting in front of me and they were whispering. I was nosy. So I just sat up and started listening to see if they wanted to choose me. So what they said was, her voice is amazing, but we need somebody with a lighter complexion.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Chills, right?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn. I'm sorry.
You wasn't expecting that, right?
No. What the fuck?
So I was so upset. I was crying and stuff.
Do you feel like that made a big impact on you when you was a kid? Like, did that really
I mean, racism has been going on for a long time, a very long time. And I was in a really a preppy school. So I was like the fly in a cup of milk, you could say.
Yeah.
Wasn't too many flies around there. But, I mean, it hurt me. It hurt me a lot, but that didn't stop me. I still went.
Do you feel like it gave you the urge to keep going harder?
Oh, yeah.
Did it light that fire?
They said, you're going to be Glenda, the good witch. I was like, got you. The day of the play, I never showed up.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
Yeah. So, my mom was like, good job. Good job. So, but yeah, after that, I did like plays. I always wanted to be in chorus. When I got into junior high, I performed a song by Fantasia, I believe, for my 8th grade graduation at Brooklyn College. So that was amazing because there was so many people there. That's when I started. We was in a group called Band from TV, but when we was younger, it was cute. It was like some of the teachers, because they could sing and rap too. So they got a little group together, and I was one of the lead singers.
And now look at you, you taking trips.
But it's I wanted to do so much more when I was younger, but my mom and dad really focused a lot on my brother, because it's my only brother, and then my younger sister, because she was the baby.
Okay.
So as much as I wanted the attention, it was just just wait, and they just focused a lot on them. And that kind of that kind of had me shy. I didn't come out of my shell until recently, because I was always turned down, even growing up. So that happening, I thought to myself, nobody wants me. Nobody thinks I'm good enough, so maybe I'm not good enough. And I got into high school. They had this group. They had me singing in the group. I always performed. There was always shows and stuff. I kept doing it, and they loved it, and I see that they loved it. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not that bad. So I kept going. But still, when I got together with my kid's father, I was 17 years old. And there was a modeling competition for National Miss America in the Marriott Hotel in New York. So, I tried out, I got in, I made it to the top 10 state finalists and everything. And my sister, she could sing too. She's really good. But the day of the pageant, my mom, I was like, Ma, today's a pageant, I don't got a dress. I was only 17, I'm still relying on my mom for everything. They wasn't really, well, not my mom, not my dad. My mom was in the type to say, you gotta go and get a job or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was just at home. And then the day of the pageant, I was like, Mom, I need to get dressed. I need this, I need that. She goes, oh, I can't take you. Tell your boyfriend to take you, because I need to take your sister to a barbecue. She's performing at a barbecue. So in my head, I'm thinking, a barbecue? This is something that can blow me up. This is National Miss America for teens. This is something huge. This could start where I want it to be. And she told me to take him, and in my head, I'm like, I'm not 18. I would love for my parents to be there. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of heartbreak when it came to a childhood passion that I couldn't pursue it, because, I didn't have the support. So it was tough. But,
how do you do differently for your kids now?
How do I what?
From learning those lessons and experiencing that, how do you do differently for your kids now?
I promised myself when I was young, I was like, if I ever have kids, I'm never gonna treat them the way I was treated, because I know what it is to be the black sheep. I know what it is to get left out. I know what it is to have a passion for something, and not be able to do it because my parents won't be there to help me when it wasn't my choice to be born.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Well, they ain't think you was good enough, but compared to now, what are some stuff, like some places you've been at for your music?
New York, obviously, that's my hometown. The U.S. Virgin Islands, I went to St. Thomas, I performed out there. I will be going to Miami next month, July 22nd and 23rd on tour. And there's gonna be a lot more surprises.
All right. What's going on with? I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but like the roles and everything.
Roles?
Be loud and everything.
The what?
So Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud. Okay. Yeah,
are we allowed? We can talk about it.
You can say okay. Yeah.
Cool.
We're good. So it's during Rolling Loud weekend. They're gonna have like a whole bunch of venues there. There's gonna be it's called the Band Shell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's excuse me, it's the theater right next to where like all the celebrities and everything is gonna be performing. It's right there, and then the Band Shell's right there. So that's for celebrities, and these are gonna be for independent artists. So I'm gonna be included in that, and then we're competing for $5,000. So
yeah, that's dope. You feel like it's a big step for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because to think about it. Last year, July 21st, if I'm not mistaken, was the first release I've ever let out. That's when everybody found out I could sing. July 21st. July 22nd, the next year, I'm going to be performing in Miami. That's crazy. Just 1 year, that much I've done. I even learned how to engineer.
I mean, you stepping.
Oh yeah, man. Show me once and I got it. I'm a quick learner, man. It's like, all right, we got this, on to the next. Let's do it. All
right. Do you think any of the arts you have now, is it hereditary from like your parents or like your siblings? Like, because I know you're also a tattoo artist. It's like,
yeah. My father could draw. My stepbrother, he could draw too. That's my dad's son. And yeah, like when it comes to art, yeah, definitely, because my daughter, she could draw too.
So where did singing come from? You think it just happened out of nowhere?
Well, the singing, I heard. I mean, I wasn't the closest to my grandmother. I'm sorry if, my family sees this, but it is what it is. The woman was me. But she obviously was definitely not one of her favorites. So, but I heard that she could sing. I never heard her, so I ain't vouching for it, but that's what I heard. So I heard that she could sing or whatever. My sister could sing too, so I sing, but I'm more a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could show everybody like who I am when I'm rapping.
All right, where can we find you on Instagram?
You guys can find me on hidden_Julez_. Julez is spelled Julez.
Where can we find your music?
Streaming on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify.
Name?
iHeartRadio, huh?
It's all Hidden Julez?
Hidden Julez.
That's bad.
You gotta make sure it's spelled Julez, Julez.
All right, so name some songs you were talking about, because you said you're rapping. Like, you love to rap.
Brooklyn Rock is another one. I like that song. That song is fire. I mean, a lot of my songs, it's not every one of my songs is to somebody. But I like to make music that can relate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Let You Go is another one of my songs. People, they went crazy when they heard that one because it's versatile. Last Cry was singing, Brooklyn Rock was rapping. Now Let You Go was singing and rapping.
Okay.
So I like to switch it up a little bit.
So you said you was also a tattoo artist. Are you still doing tattoos, or is that something you just do on the side for fun?
I mean,
because I find it funny how a lot of rappers learn like art at a very young age, and they're ending up being like musicians now. So like, is like tattooing's like still part of your thing, or is like you just do it on the side for people you really care about? Yeah,
pretty much. If I know you personally, or like a family or friend, then yeah, I could do it. But I can't really do it now that the music thing is getting up there, because I'm starting to get recognized outside, and I can't just let anybody, know where I live.
Again, a tattoo from Hidden Julez, that's gonna be crazy.
I have people that actually text me or they'll send me messages like, "Hey, remember when you did this for me? Remember when you did that for me?" It's just like, I was like, yeah.
He's dope. It's dope. So you got any events that you want to talk about? Anything you want to let the fan knows or the crowds know? Like any EPs, any albums?
Well, right now, I'm trying to let what I have now build, you know, gain some fans or whatever. The fan base definitely needs to grow a little bit. And then after that, that's when I'm going to start releasing a lot more.
Okay.
It'll be an album, though, no EPs.
Okay, no EPs, why not?
Because what we want to do is, our main focus is getting one song to pull crowds, turn heads. Once we do that, that's when we release an entire album. So we'll throw out a single, get them saying, hey, I want to listen to more of what Julez got.
Okay.
That's when the album drops, and they're like, oh shoot, she got an entire album. Let's start listening to everything, you know?
Okay. All right. I see you.
Cool.
See you hitting Julez.